All right, gang, welcome back to Module 13. This isn't going to be a long video because I'm just going to glaze over the concepts of testing. There's some good videos out there relative to testing, um, and specifically using a search. I've added a video link here to Corey Schaefer's YouTube video about using assert and creating your own script or .py file to perform testing. It goes way beyond the scope of what I want to just, like I said, glaze over in this video. But if you want to dig deeper, get some more information, there's a good video. I think it's about a half-hour video, so it's not too long, but it digs deep. And he's got a number of other really good videos. So what are we talking about when we're talking about assert? So I'm going to create an instance of where we essentially use assert to evaluate the results of a sum function. Now, come down and look at this line of code before we go up and talk about the different options we have. So we've got assert here. And assert essentially says, let's take this thing and look at the two values. And if we look at the two values, and is the comparison correct? Is it returning a true value? We're all good. We're just checking to see, is this thing returning what it should? Whatever this is should give us this. So it should be 6. If it's not, like this one here's not, 1, 2, and 2, that's 5, not 6. So if I sum up this list, I get 5. Should be 6. So that's not right. So we're testing to see, does this do what it's supposed to do? And clearly, the math isn't right. We can't assume things work. We had a few people that submitted graded notebooks, but didn't test the link that they sent me. And when I click the link, and it's not just this recent submission, but more than one group, more than one different graded notebook, where they just didn't check to see, oh, was that shared? Or was that a shared link to the student's work, or was it a shared link to my starter file, the collab that I shared out for you to go work on? And we have to, it's trust but verify. Trust that our code works, but yeah, don't go without testing to confirm that it actually is doing what we assume it to do. So with assert, if it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, well, it's going to throw an assertion error and tell us whatever that message is. So I can go through and I'll create my main method. So let's go ahead and if there's a main, go ahead, run test sum. All right, let's run test sum. Is everything okay? Yeah, this one, when we add it up and our heads, yeah, that's 6, so that should run fine. And if that runs fine without throwing error, boom, we're all good. Everything passed. If it was the other way around, by the time we got to the second one, it threw us an error. Now, like I said, this is going to be a short video. You can pick up and carry on more with that additional video that I showed you. The things that we're doing can be tied together with, let's say, the try-except concept that we dealt with in a previous module. I think it was module 9, where we looked at exceptions. Things that didn't go as we planned. And what are the exceptions? This is an exception. An assertion error is an exception. We could have caught that and then kept going. Based on whatever took place there in that exception, we keep testing. Just try something else. Try something else. And based on this, we know where that issue is. It's in this line. So I could have multiple assertions, and the assertions can be of a variety of different types, not just the comparison operators. I can do it a variety of different ways. So in this one, we did the comparison, and then boom, came back and yep, no, we threw that error. In that video link that I provided up above, it goes over a lot of these, but it goes over it in a manner that is not using Google Colab. It's using a standalone file or a local file. And it's kind of like what I did up here with file to your thumb drive or file to a local directory. But it's something that I've tried to avoid with what we're doing because I've got students that may not have regular access to a computer. You don't have to have regular access to a reliable computer. You just need to have access to a computer so you can go do your work. And if your work is stored in the cloud, it doesn't matter what computer you're on. So that's the gist of what's taking place in testing. We just go test to see, are these things doing what we expect them to do? We've got different built-in methods we can use. I'm going to come back in the next video. It shouldn't be long either. And in that video, we'll talk about bringing things together and looking at exceptions and object-oriented programming, different concepts, and we'll bring them all together, or a number of them together, and see what that code looks like and see how it all acts in one centralized area. So I'll see you there.